The tape we're going to play today is of a 8-year-old boy, and his parents are divorced, and usually there's some conflict issue present between the two parents. Mother has become involved with in another relationship, which the father has criticized and demeans in almost every communication that he has with the mother. I don't think that the father wants any male influencing his son, so you can see that controlling domination kind of theme that we talked about. So as he comes in, I'll just call him A, is a little unfocused, okay, but then asks if his mother can come into the room. And so the therapist, and this is a bug in the ear, so the therapist doesn't know, since she's in training, if it's okay to have the mother in the room. So it takes her a second. I say, sure, bring the mom in the room. If he wants her in there, then we'll go from there and see what transpires. So you're going to see then, when she agrees to that, look at the expression on his face. So he walks into the playroom carrying a magnetic board with little balls in it that you move around on little trails inside. And then he says, can my mom come in here? Can she come in now and watch me do this? And he's going to move the balls around. So he gets a sad look until the therapist says, yeah, it'll be all right. And then the therapist is on a bug in the ear, and so you can see his expression, okay? So then, and I want you to see that expression. Then he says to mom when she comes in the room, over here in the beanbag chair. And A wants his mother to focus on him rather than the other things that she focuses on in life. And so she is always kind of other-oriented and doesn't really give him her full present attention. And that's what he's seeking. So he tells her that he has 3 balls in the right place. But mother does not hear his need for approval or praise from her. Instead, mother goes to a corrective stance and tells A how to hold the board more appropriately. Mother is task-oriented and not relational like A would want her to be. He wants her to be in a relationship with him, and she's very task-oriented. You're going to see this occur a number of times. Important point here is that she focuses on tasks instead of her son. Now, I want you to know that this is basically a very functional mother, okay? She just doesn't know what her son is needing from her. And so she's trying to raise him to do things right, is kind of her motto. And he's saying, relate to me, be with me. So she gives a little more satisfaction to the relationship by reflecting his efforts and support in the process. Now, that's what she should be doing, but she doesn't do it, okay? Mother attends to skills that her son has, but she stays in the process of focusing on the task rather than her son. So let's watch then a little bit of tape here, and you can see what's happening.
Can my mom ever come in here?
She can come in here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can she come in here now?
Right now to see the room?
And watch me do this?
I guess we could do that.
Okay.
Okay. All right. But then, is it all right then if you and I have some time to spend together?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. remove anything that's in your
Got
way.
these three in there.
Those ones up there fell out, huh? Maybe if you keep it more flat. Here, fix it a little bit there where they won't slip out that way. It's hard to pull more than one at a time, huh?
Yeah, because they kind of get like loose on the
They
corners.
get stuck, yeah. Break some up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm gonna get him. Awesome. You got a straggler over there.
Okay, you notice that mom just comments on the skill and asks a lot of questions, as opposed to relating to her son. I'm going to say that it sounds like I'm rather picky on this process, but I want you to know that these little shifts that change children's lives when the caregiver attends to them as a person in a relationship rather than externals, okay? So then mom and the boy hear me talking in the ear of the therapist, and I'm giving her all the directives that she's following. When the mother came in the room, she said, well, you just tell me what to do and I'll do it. And so about everything she says is what I tell her to say. So I'm going to point out how we're keeping mom focused, how we're trying to get mom to attend to her son and enhance the relationship. So he makes a sound to bring the focus. In other words, mother goes over to the therapist and says, oh yeah, I hear the voice, and she's going to avoid. And so what he does is he makes sounds to bring the focus of his mother back to talking to him instead of the therapist. See, I think that A knows that his mother is distractible, and when she is, he loses. And let me say that this process will occur a number of times over the session, and we're always pulling mom back into focus on her son, okay? So then mom says, you got them all, good job. So mother focuses on the task and not on the person. So this is a very significant detail in parenting. She should be saying to him, you should be proud of yourself. You got done what you wanted to do. But instead, she's the external evaluator, okay? So in the bug, we say, have the therapist say, he likes it when you take special interest in what he's doing. Then mother, he does like it when I pay attention to him. So she gets that, but she doesn't tap into it to know that that's the main thing he wants. So she gives a cognitive acknowledgement, but not a meaningful experience, okay? So then mother goes back and responds to the task on the board again. So let's just watch that short process.
I can hear him too.
Who is that?
That's my teacher.
Oh.
Remember when I wore this before, Adrian?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well sometimes I wear it because my the person who's teaching me is teaching me how to play better with
The
the
alien.
On a different satellite dish.
That's all.
Man, you got them all, huh? Good job. Maybe you could get them all.
So now let's get them all in the middle.
Is that the right way?
Do you think it is?
He really likes it when he takes special interest in what he's doing.
Yeah.
See,
He
it's the
just
right way.
really sticks with
Of
it.
course it is. You're really good at mazes.
Okay, mother says, if I had another magnet, I could do it with you. Now, mother is more interested in getting the task done than in the relationship, because even if she had a magnet, it would be parental activity, not interactive activity. A says that he is fighting against gravity. Now, the interpretation here is that there is always a force against him. In other words, this is a metaphor, and the meaning is that that the direction she wants to go is towards completion of the task, and where he wants to go is a sense of relationship. But she focuses on completion of the task. So when a person uses a metaphor like that, it has meaning, okay? Now let's watch what flows from that. So mother checks her watch. You can see that she's kind of other oriented, or she can't stay with the event. So she's not in the activity, and she wants to end or complete the activity or the task. Do you see how metaphors have meaning in there? He gave a metaphor, I'm fighting against gravity, but he's really saying, I'm fighting against you, Mom, for your attention. Then he says, do you want to play another game? Want to do war? Notice that following the gravitational comment, he goes to war with her, because he's always fighting over her attention. So metaphors do have meaning. So A gets up to get the cards, and I have the therapist make a comment to put the two of them together. So what I have her say is, I noticed that when you two sat together, how much you look alike, especially in your eyes. Now this is intended to bring Mom closer to her son. So we are pairing the involvement together so as to make Mother more available to her son, okay? So Mother comes towards him with the cards and says, well, war is a long game, and look at his face. It is like Mom saying, I don't want to play with you. A interprets this as rejection and says, okay, we won't play and not waste your time. Now the interpretation here is that this is the process that he is burdened with his mother, that he feels like he is a waste of her time, because she's always, he's a disruption is what she sends to him. When Mother sees that, she retracts her statement, saying that her meaning was just that it takes a lot of time. A really doesn't believe her, but acquiesces to playing the game at another time, okay? But I interpret this as this is another example of Mother avoiding being present with her son and meeting his expressed need that he gave her, okay? In other words, we're looking at a process that occurs over and over again for him. So we will start there and play at that point.
Too bad there wasn't another magnet and I could do it with you.
Ready, let go. It's like the grabby.
Yeah.
And those are the toys. Let go.
Yeah, it sounds like your mom wants to be more involved with you in this game, but the magnet's not working.
Yeah.
You could do a different one, Mom. One of these. Want to play war?
Have you ever played War?
Yeah.
That's a fun card game.
Yes, we
Let's
did.
just forget this and play war.
Oh, they have cards in here. We
Uh-huh,
could play War
uh-huh.
at
I can sit
home.
over at the table.
They have
I noticed when you
cards.
two were sitting so closely together how much you look alike. Your eyes.
Yeah.
Oh my word.
This is my little
See?
twin.
Poker
Little Colette.
cards.
Do you want to, is this okay that I'm in here?
Yeah, you and Mom can just sit at the table.
Yeah? Okay.
I think he wants to show you the special place we
Yeah.
have.
War is a long game, so hopefully we can.
Then never mind. I don't want to waste your time, Mom.
Oh, it's alright.
No.
What were you gonna do?
We were gonna play War, but
It's going to waste your time.
it's not a waste of time. I'm just simply explaining that it's a long game.
Well,
It'll take a long for the instructions.
We can play War at home too if you want. It doesn't
Okay,
matter.
I'll play war at home.
Okay. Then do you want to play with Mary?
No, I want you to play.
Okay.
You noticed how A had to shift his emotions and turn around and take care of mom rather than getting his needs met. Notice that his perceptions were discounted and his feelings were ignored. Over time, the child develops doubt in his abilities and views of things because his perceptions are always questioned. And so this, as subtle as this is, it changes his view of interacting with the world, believing in himself, believing in his opinions. Do you see? He had to retract them. So now he's going to go over and he gets the megaphone. And what he really would like to do, metaphorically, is he would like to yell at his mother for discounting him and not playing the game. Instead, he indicates that normally mother would get upset with him for not being cooperative and suppressing his needs in order for hers. So what he's really saying is, I'm angry at you, but I can't yell at you the way I'd like to. So I have the therapist reframe the activity and say, let's play a short game of war, which is to draw mother into the game so he can have the game that he wants to play. Then I have the therapist say, I love to watch the game of war, so that she's aligning with him to say, let's play war. I'm all for it. And so this is to support A and to get his mother to engage with him in the game. A plays with the megaphone, which is his withholding his anger at his mother for the behavior of her avoidance. Okay, and you're going to see. So he just kind of. So mom's phone rings, and her focus moves away from her son. Now, normally in a play therapy session, we didn't know that, but you would have parents turn their cell phones off. But what it does is it gives us information that mother is always avoiding going on to something else. Something else takes a priority over her son. So as he's playing with the megaphone and he's holding his anger and he's kind of, but he's really yelling at his mother, but in a way that she can't identify it. Okay? So notice that mother has to count the we'll stop right there and we'll go on to the next one. So we're going to play this section.
What do you want to play with?
What?
What should we play with?
What is
Do
that?
this. Talk.
Talk right here.
Yeah. So
Hi, Adrian.
Mom, why don't you just sit down and why don't you just play a short game of the cards? I'm going to go get a chair too because I love to watch war.
Okay.
Shall we?
I bet you that's Lukey. He wants to come talk to these people too. But he doesn't know where to go, so. Hi, babe. I'm in the therapy room, the playroom, playing with Adrian. So I'm just gonna have to do my best to describe where to go over the phone.
So you can see him just going with the megaphone, which is really wanting to yell at her. Now notice that mother has to count all the cards, like this is some high stake game that every card has to be accounted for. The task of doing things properly is greater than her need to have fun with her son. Okay, in other words, this is a playful game, but you can see that it has to be like accurate instead of fun. So notice A's long exasperating yell at mother. This process is always happening to A, and he is always secondary to whatever mom's whims are. And he knows that because he's right in that position right now. So mother says, do you know how many cards there are in a deck of cards? So now she goes to asking him a question. When you ask a question of a child, then you have the power, but it's also a form of avoidance. Okay? So notice how mother shifts the activity to a task rather than attention to her son. This also makes it so he has to attend to her rather than be emotionally present with her son, her being emotionally present with her son. A guesses with signals from mom. When he gets the answer, A is proud of himself, and mother goes right on getting the cards ready. She doesn't give him a praise. So he's doing all of these attending behaviors to her to get her approval, and then she just goes off and leaves him. Okay? So, mother says, do you know how to play? And and I interpret this as A is willing to do anything to have interactions with her mother, with his mother. Mother controls the game by giving all the directions. She does not see the rhythmic thing that A has as he follows her. See, he's very kinesthetic, and he kind of gets a rhythm with his mother, but his mother's wanting him to learn the game, the task, rather than having fun. So let's just stop there and watch that segment, and you can see the interactions.
I didn't think you could either. Okay. All right, they're all there. Do you know how many cards are in a deck?
100, 25, 30,
Up.
40,
Up.
5, 45,
Up.
55,
Down.
52,
Yeah.
and
Shuffle, shuffle. Okay. Do you remember how to play? I'm gonna do all the cards out. Ready? In your hands.
You like this game, Hydra?
Okay, remember, don't look.
So notice that in the how many cards are in a deck of cards, she's got him totally jumping around like an animal running through a maze. I got to go this way, I got to figure this out and everything. So it's a way of controlling him and avoiding her responsibility with him. So I have the therapist say, as she's dealing with the cards and finishes, to the son, you want to see what you have. He's kind of excited about this. But really what we want is for mother to see how interested he is in her and the game. But mother has no awareness. She's into her cards and playing the game. So I have the therapist say, since we're in the playroom, you're the leader and you're the boss. The purpose is to shift the perception of power away from mom and to the son, okay? The message is really meant for mother to equalize the power rather than be in a dominant position. A doesn't know how to handle the power position, so he asks mother for help. The role he does not know in relation to her power. So we've kind of done a power shift, and he's kind of insecure with it, but mom has slowly relinquished it a little bit. I have the therapist restate the power belongs to A and clarify that he can use it to his advantage. The first round, mother wins, but she heard the message that he could be able to change the rules in the game. So she checks with him. Now notice this is the first direct acknowledgement of A having any power or opinion. So we know that something is shifting in Mom, okay? Because she's aware that he can have some rights or chance to give his opinion. So we'll play that segment here.
It's harder with little hands.
Okay. Now since you're in the playroom, big guy, you get to be the leader and the boss.
Yeah, you
All
can
right.
go first.
Can you help me?
Let me show you the best way to do it. Is just kind of bang them down. See? And then you can kind of scoot them all together and then bam.
Cool. And you know what?
Okay, try that next time.
Because you're in the playroom, you know what we said in the playroom, this is your time to really do some work and play, and if you want to change the rules, you can even change the rules. Where do you get to do that?
Nowhere.
Do you want to go first?
You do here.
Sure.
Okay.
Queen.
And so now how many chances do I have?
2.
1, 2. Now how many do you have?
4. 1,
Remember to look for doubles too.
2, 3.
No, that's not a double. Like the 4 has to be a 4 on top of a 4 if it was really a double, right? 3, 1 more.
4.
Alright. That's my pile? Or are we changing the rules or anything?
That's your pile.
Okay.
King, Jack.
Oh.
1.
Oh.
Yeah. I
You
gave
got
up.
a good card out of me. That's no fair. Okay.
King.
1, 2.
Queen 2.
Uh-huh. Did you? Oh. Is it mine? Okay.
So mother wins, but she checks back with A to get his consent that she won. So we have some exchange in the relationship right here. So again, some movement is happening. It's very subtle, but some movement is happening. Notice that A's emotionality is increasing. He's able to give more excitement and reactionary things. That's because mother has acknowledged him at a different level, and he's aware of that, and he's feeling the shift of mother. Okay? And to say that he's listening to her, he validates because A straightens out his cards like his mother showed him to indicate that to her he appreciates the shifts she is making. Now, even though if you ask him, do you notice anything different, he probably couldn't cognate it and tell you about it, but in his experience, and this is experiential play therapy, he is experiencing a new experience in relation to mother. A wins around, but mother has to explain his choices. Mother believes that her role is to teach rather than relate. Okay, and that's the value she has. So values, I should say, are taught through relationships first and content second. So if you have a good relationship with someone and then they give you some information, the information will be received more openly. But a mom thinks that no, the content is more important than the person. Now, I have a saying that's real important right here, and it is, kids don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. And so the caring component opens him up to his mother, and he would receive way more from her than just content like she's giving. So A says, I did it right even though I didn't know it. In other words, he did the right thing, but he was not aware of why he did it. Okay, tells you the same thing we're just saying here. The experience is changing. So mom turns now, and gives him his first compliment. And she says, "You're a natural." Now, right at this point, what we've got is a mutual exchange happening. And so something is going positive in the relationship at kind of an unconscious, unaware level, but mom is shifting, he's shifting, and she shifted back. So this is a positive orientation, though if anyone had to describe the dynamics of it, neither one of them could. They just know that something is different.
Good one. Got some good cards out of me. Do you remember? There you go. Perfect. Okay, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Pieces.
But you smacked it. You would have gotten it anyway. But remember the doubles? If I was about to win, you could hurry up and slap it in. It would have been yours.
Oh yeah, that's just an ace.
Yeah.
And I didn't even know.
I know.
Wow.
It's like you're just a natural.
I'm lucky.
So notice that when mother says, "You're a natural," and he says, "Well, I'm lucky." Okay, but he's able to accept something there. A mother gives the success of 2 aces. Okay, so mother needs to dominate, has shifted to allow A to have some power in the experience, and together within the relationship within the playroom. Mother lets A get another double win. So mother is being more respectful of her son in the process of this relationship. Now, A gives his mother a compliment for her trying. So now we've had a reciprocal compliment back to her. So A says, "Next time, don't tell me how to do things," okay? In other words, his confidence is increasing, and as his mother validates him in the context of the relationship. So he's saying, "Now don't help me. I think I can do this." And he's willing, his circle of risk is expanding. He's willing to try more things with a little more confidence. Okay, so notice that A is getting more spontaneous in his reactions and that his constriction is reducing, and he's waiting for mom, and he's not waiting for mom to define the right response for him. He is confident to make it. So mom makes a reflection and reflects the feeling to A. "You're getting excited in playing this game." So now both of them are having more fun. There is that shift. So we'll stop right there and watch up to that point.
Okay. 4. Ace. 4. Smack it. Yep. Now you can take it. It's all yours. I don't even get a try now. 1, 2, 3.
Mine? What's that?
Yeah. Gotta look for those doubles.
I don't know which way.
That's a good way to win some cards.
That sure is. Look at that stack of yours.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, 1 chance. Did you do it? It's alright. This game could go on for hours.
Yeah, this game can make you feel
Oh wait, I
really
win
good
that
and
one,
really
right?
upset.
Or you win that one, right? Because you beat it?
Oh yeah.
That's what I found.
Oh, we did it a little bit wrong, I think, but that's okay. That's yours. There we go. Now we're getting in. I kind of forget sometimes.
Yeah,
how
I
to play card
play
games.
it differently.
Yeah.
So this is new for me.
Whee!
1, 2. It's all you.
1, 2. It's all you. Nice rhyme, Mom.
Thanks.
How much too? 1, 2.
Slap.
Woo.
There you go.
Wow.
Next time, don't tell me.
Okay. It's all you.
I'm getting ready. I'm
I
getting my
know.
smack already.
Feels good when you win.
Yep.
Oh.
What?
And you gotta keep going, I guess.
What's that?
Gotta keep going. 6.
You gotta go to the cards are gone. Those are yours. Oh.
Oh, I saw that slap already.
Uh-huh. That's you.
All right.
Oh, it would have been a double, but the jack was in between. Oh, 3.
Don't do that.
Sorry.
You get excited watching this game, huh? It goes. Yeah.
Does your
Mom's
shirt,
helping you, huh?
does your shirt still smell like pop?
Now notice that Mom in that exchange said that she admits that she made a mistake in the rules. And then she comes kind of back and says, well, you know, you're the one that can say what the rules really are. So she is aware of him and aware of her vulnerability. The therapy moves to his shirt, and Mother says it's a scratch and sniff shirt, meaning that you scratch it and you get the smell of the popcorn on it. And Mom says, but I've washed it too many times and that's gone. So she now is able to admit another thing, that she's not the perfect mother. She does things that aren't always the right thing. So this is really important to what is going to happen in the future of the session. So Mom is now more open and a little more vulnerable in the therapy. Okay, she doesn't have to be the perfect mom teaching him everything. She's kind of shifted that for herself. So then I tell the therapist to say, it feels good to get all those cards. I want Mother to hear that A is feeling good and that Mother is helping with the process. Okay. Then I tell the therapist to give another statement, that is, it's really fun to be playing with Mom. We need to validate the experience and give credit to Mom for creating and help creating the experience. Notice how much faster A is seeing the doubles. In other words, his perceptions are shifting, and before he would see a double and he didn't know what to do and took him a while. But now his perceptions are becoming sharper. And when he sees the double, boy, his hand's right out there and he gets it. Because now, remember before we talked about the distorted perception, he didn't know if he could have the right to have a perception because he had to get permission from Mom to have it. Now she's freed him up and he can see those doubles and react even faster. So he's feeling freer in himself. So A reinforces that he is freer because he goes and he experiences that, and then he goes like this and moves his muscles in his body, which tells you that he is freer in his body. And all issues are carried in the body. So therefore, he's just told you that he's released that from his body. So we'll go to that point and you can watch that.
You can get it done by yourself.
That's a scratch and sniff shirt.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, but I watched it too many times.
Oh, I thought it was. I noticed it this morning. It's very cute. You got that one? Fantastic.
How much too? Mom, don't do that.
You still have more cards than me.
Oh yeah. 7, 8.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
yours.
1 by 1.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
Feels good when you get all those cards, huh?
1,
2, 3. Oh, six.
There you got it.
quick.
That was very quick, Adrian.
Like
I won
lightning.
ace.
Okay, you start.
We still have cards left.
One.
It's not over yet. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh my gosh, it's really fun to be playing with Mom.
I lost that war. It's all good though. Okay, ready? 1, 2,
How much?
2 for you.
Ooh.
1, 2, 3.
Oh, smack
Oh,
right there.
okay,
5.
go ahead.
Stab.
You're fast. You're doing really quick.
How much? 1.
It's alright. Got lots of cards left. I'm almost done.
Okay, you notice that when he slapped one and didn't win it, the tension went back into his shoulders. So I have the therapist say, you win a few and you lose a few, because I don't want that tension to build back in his body. So I'm trying to put his success in perspective with his new perceptual framework. That he's not going to win everything, but his perceptions are still more accurate. At this point, as they play, Mother has a better understanding of validating A's perceptions and feelings. So she's getting better at it now as we go along. Then he says, I won, let's play something different. But now he's beaten Mom, and all of a sudden that throws him off because now he doesn't know what Mom's going to react to in him beating her. So A goes over and makes an emergency call. And he says on the emergency call, my mom lost a card game. Now you obviously know that she plays cards and she's pretty adamant at winning. But the interpretation I have is A still not totally sure that his mother's reaction is okay to her losing. He needs further validation that she won't have a reaction later to his feeling good about his victory. In other words, is it all right for him to celebrate that he won something? So Mother is in tune with him saying, wouldn't it be nice if one day you could call 911 and talk to your mother on the phone? In other words, you notice how phone calls are for her. So she knows that there is a communication that is more available in the moment. So she says that you can call me when you need to, okay, and I will be available. So there's a shift here occurring. So Mother says, and I would know it was you on the phone. In other words, I'm getting a sense of what you need right now. I can attend to you more directly. A is holding a magic wand as Mother is saying that she would be more available. Okay? So I have the therapist say, and what would you wish for at this time? Hoping that he could say a direct communication to Mother about, I like your availability, I like your being more direct to me, okay? But he can't handle that. And so you're going to see him get up and distance himself a little bit. But we'll watch it to that point.
Sometimes you win a few, sometimes you lose a few.
Yep.
And every time.
Oh, war.
Do you want to slap it? I could tell you knew it was ready. You just were like, what do I do? What do I do? Gotta believe in the slapper. 2, 3.
One.
You won.
I won.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well,
Alright,
good
let's
job.
play something different, Mom.
Ah!
Alright.
Alright, you won that one.
What's next?
I'm gonna call 911.
What are you gonna tell him?
Hello, my emergency is my mom lost the card game. Oh. This is an emergency.
Wouldn't that be cool if one day you could call 911 and talk to your mom on the phone?
Yeah.
Like, hi, is my mom working today?
Oh.
That would be neat,
They
huh?
know me.
Yeah. They're like, Adrienne, is that you? I'm calling for your mom again.
Oh, you got that magic wand. That's your time to make a wish if you wanted.
What would you wish for?
Okay, you're going to see that the question, what would you wish for? So A has to move away to focus himself for the wish. So it tells you that A is very ambivalent about disclosing the wish directly, so he does not want to share it yet. He puts the magic wand down and then asks if his mother feels different. Notice that he knows she is different and he feels different. So his wish is that his mother would stay changed in her approach like she is in the room, and that she would be able to maintain it throughout their relationship. But I don't think he can say that. That would be too high expectation for a son to put on his mother. So what he has to do is he redirects it using mom's approach, which is, do you want to play some darts? And he just takes it and avoids, which is what his mother has taught him to do. And so he doesn't quite trust that mother's going to stay there and hear everything. So he goes back to his more defended stance. So mother goes back to her stance too. Mother goes back to explaining how the magnetic dartboard works. But she recovers when she gives him credit for the dart that he hit on the board and got a high score, and it slid down the board and dropped off. So I have the therapist say, and what she says is, sometimes when you're silent, the darts stick better. Now I know that's a nonsense thing, but what our intention is to block mother from evaluating his experience. Okay, I don't want her to stay in that external task-oriented role. But A is still wishing that his mother would be the parent he wished she was a few moments earlier. That she would attend to him rather than the task. So we had to block her from going task-oriented because we knew what his wish was. So he had to reinforce the wish with his mother He had to reinforce the wish when mother started to evaluate the dart game. See, when she started evaluating the dart game, she started taking what he was wishing for away from him. So now at this point, mother's cell phone rings, just kind of interrupts everything. So mother tells him to answer it rather than her. Let it go since you're playing together right now. That's what I would have probably said. That would be part of his wish also, is that mom wouldn't avoid and go off to a different task and stay focused on him. And probably his wish is, I'm more important than your phone calls right now. And she needed to do that, but she went and took the call. So mother asked to leave, and A says no. So he tells us basically his wish is she stays present with him. That's his wish. And mother says on the phone, I'm in A's little therapy thingy. So she really discounts the importance of this. So A is looking out the window wondering if what he has received in the therapy will really last past the session or past the day. So he's kind of wondering now. It's kind of like he's seeing his wish kind of phase away, and he doesn't believe that Mom will keep it. So then notice the tension that goes back into his body. The only saving grace is that Mother is trying to arrange for his therapy final session the next day so she can be there. So there is kind of a little bit of positive there, but she's still back in her old system. A is sticking the magnets together and repeatedly. And I interpret this as, will the gains I experienced here with Mom, will they stick, or will she forget me the way she has forgot me in the past? Like, does she, like she's doing right now on the phone? Mother is off the phone and says, can Mommy just watch you? Now, A answers with a definite no. In other words, she wants to go to a passive role, and when she says that, his wish just starts fading. And so he says no. And Mother says, so show me what you've been doing in here. In other words, tell me what's happened in this process of play therapy. A says, I have to take my shoes off first. And this is a way for him to say, this is a security place for me, and I like being here. I feel comfortable here. So Mother says, what's your favorite toy in here? See how she goes task-oriented? She just needs to follow his lead rather than create the structure or task in the content. So I'm going to stop there, and then I have the therapist intervene at that point. So we'll watch this segment now.
Right. Don't look at me.
Okay. Can I look yet?
Yay! Okay.
Did you make a wish? But you can't tell.
So do you feel
Do I feel
like
different?
Yeah.
Happy.
okay? Wanna play
What do
some
you
darts?
think I'm happy about?
Wanna play some darts?
Sure.
Okay. I'll. Here you go. Wait, I get it.
Okay.
Go ahead.
All right. It's some dart room
Mom,
here.
Can you move over there, please?
Over there.
We've got the expert dart player here.
Ooh, those are cool. Hey, but you could use the magnet on that to play that maze game.
Oh yeah.
Because those are magnetic.
Oh, do you want
right?
it? Sure.
Do you want to play
Maze?
darts first?
Okay. One round. Ah. Oh, that.
Oh, it slid right off. You would have had 17 on that one. Try for the bullseye. Oh.
All
This
right.
doesn't stick very good, huh?
Let's see. Sometimes if we're really silent, for some reason they stick more.
Strange, huh?
Okay. Adrian, we'll let you do the talking. How's that?
Okay.
And Mom's just gonna watch. Ooh.
Alright, your turn, Mom. See if you can beat me.
What am I trying to do? Bullseye?
Yeah. Bullseye.
Can you stand over there? Okay.
Now you can go to that again, Mom.
I do?
Yeah. Ooh,
Sounds like one of Avery's toys, huh?
it is. It's so fun.
Uh-oh. They don't want to stay up for me.
Yeah. Let's be quiet right now.
wants to know how to get here.
Hello.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, it's Cooper. Do you mind if I go talk to him for a minute while you play with
Stay
Mary?
here.
Okay, but I'm gonna have to leave for a minute to go meet Lucas out there, okay?
It's
Hello,
Cooper. now.
Cooper.
Mom's gonna talk on the phone and then she's gonna be
Oh,
silent
no,
for a while.
I understand. I'm in Adrian's little therapy thingy. Yeah. But that's why I was actually calling you, because tomorrow his final therapy session is at 10.
How was your day today?
And I was wondering if I covered for a couple hours for you tonight, if you could cover for a couple hours for me tomorrow, so I could meet with the therapist for the final meeting.
Do you know how this works?
Probably something, it probably would be sooner than that, but I just didn't know, like, I just wanna make sure, so I'm shooting for a couple hours.
How you figure it out?
I don't know.
Oh, I yes, you're getting it. Yeah, sure. Let me show you.
Ooh, okay.
Because before it looked like a box.
No, it's okay, I'll just ask Toby, I don't know if he's
Then I don't know how to
Do you know if he's
open it and
working
kick
tomorrow.
one.
Give it a try.
I don't
Okay.
know what button to push though.
Okay, I'll ask him.
You don't
Thanks
have to know
anyways.
everything before
Okay.
you do it.
Bye.
This is a playroom. Just experiment.
Hey,
So mother now gets off the telephone and she says, well, can mommy just watch you? So she's pulling away now. And A gives a definite answer, no. And mother says, so show me what you've been doing in here. And A says, I have to take off my shoes first because this place is comfortable. I think I said that. And then she says, what are your favorite toys in here? Mom doesn't know what to do if she's not directing things. It just tells you that. So I have the therapist say, you are going to play and mother and I are going to go on listening. We want to break the structure that mom's trying to put on the relationship. And we want to get mother to attend to him rather than direct him. Now, he starts playing a guitar, and then mother starts directing about his cousin Tyler, who plays the guitar well. She talks about A being like Tyler. She says we could get a tape of Tyler and you could listen to him. I mean, this is absolutely not what we want. She's trying to make him like someone else that has a skill. And what we want her to say, you are okay the way you are. I love you the way you are, and I like being with you the way you are. He will set his own goals rather than her trying to set them. Okay. Then mother gets back into her system and says, do you know how to adjust the strings on the guitar? So she's back to content and task. So I have the therapist interrupt the teaching, even though it was on the gentle side, so that we would be listening and focusing on A. From the approach with the guitar, we know that A is a gentle and sensitive boy, and that is why he's so sensitive and aware of his mother's distractions. So we just want mom to attend to him. So she sits in an extended time without interrupting him. A shakes his head off the bop bag at mother, not getting the meaning of what his wish was. We're still on that wish that he has that mother will attend to him. So do you see we get indirect cues that mom isn't staying with the program. So we'll watch up to that point.
Okay. So you wanted your mom to stay in here and watch for a while?
Yeah.
Okay. And why don't we do some of the things that we've been doing?
Okay.
some of the things we did a lot today.
Can mom just sit and watch you?
No.
You
No.
wanna
I want you to
sit over here or over here?
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I got a perfect bullseye, Mom.
Wow.
Yay! Awesome. All right.
Oh.
Special kid.
So show me what you've been doing.
I'm gonna have to take my shoes and my socks off.
You.
I'm gonna do something after this.
What's your favorite toys in here?
These.
Oh, here's my friends. That's pretty awesome. Are you gonna sing too?
Okay. You're gonna play and your mom and I are gonna listen.
I don't know any songs.
That's okay. It still sounds nice.
It reminds you of your cousin.
Tyler.
Tyler, yeah.
Could I sometimes practice it with him, you know?
Mm-hmm. Do you like the drums more or the guitar more?
Guitar.
Really? Maybe one day we could get you guitar lessons or something.
With Tyler? From Tyler?
Well, I don't think we could drive all the way to Las Vegas for guitar lessons every day, but
So it is.
maybe Tyler would be able to like record himself or something.
And send it to us?
Yeah. And you could try and be like him.
So it is.
Do you know how to change the sounds of each string?
Is it turning this?
Kind of, but these little frets right here, those are called frets. And if you put your finger on them anywhere up here and hold it down and then strum the chord, it makes it sound different. See? And now try somewhere else and it'll sound even different.
Okay, let's try something, Mom. Let's have him play a tune and we'll just listen.
Okay.
Let me get the sound so let me see if you get part of it.
That way Adrian can figure out things the way he wants.
Oops. I messed up.
It's okay. It's cool. I like how you have the little
Thank you.
rhythm thingy going on.
So, what do you want to do, Mom?
Been drawn to that guitar every time we've been in here.
Pretty cool guitar.
So he goes over and picks up a ghost costume. And he starts to put it on and he says, "It's tight for me. Maybe it's for little kids." But that's the way of him saying, this process with you, Mom, has been going on ever since I was a little kid. So I have the therapist say to A in front of Mom, when he can't get the costume on, "You can figure it out." In other words, I want Mom to hear he can do things on his own. You don't have to teach him every minute that he's functioning. A's faces his mother and she's scared by the ghost costume. Now I interpret this at a couple levels. One is, you scare me at times, which is a message to Mother. Sometimes I feel like you're not there for me. And the third one is, you don't really see me for who I am. And those are all messages that he's trying to say to his mother. Then he stops and turns and puts on an even scarier mask, the scream mask. And when he puts on that mask, he's really saying things are worse than you're hearing them right now. So mother makes a person-to-person response, and she says, I like my little boy better than the scary costume. And that's absolutely a great response, because what she's saying is, you don't have to hide in the costume and everything. I will accept you the way you are. So mom makes a very good statement at this point. So A immediately gets out of the costume and presents himself as a person to his mom. Mother asks, do you know what this is? And when he picks up a koosh ball. But immediately after the greatest response, she goes back to her old habit, which I know is hard to break, and that really scares him, because she was right there present with him, flips back, and he has a scared response when she does that. So A throws the koosh ball in the face of the bot bag, which is mom, for going back to her old patterns and asking a question after such a nice reflection. Okay, it's like she just reached out and then she pulled it back. A continues to throw the koosh ball at the bag. In other words, this is A's anger at mother for not staying with him and attending to his responses like she just did earlier. Notice that the therapist says him rather than her. Because if we'd have said in the thing her, mom's defenses would have gone way up and she would not have been able to recover in the session. So we just kind of let it go to a different gender, even though the process was the same. It could have been done in a neutral. There's a person that, and done it that way. Okay. So A starts hitting the bot bag in the face with his fist. And your face is your identity. And so he's saying that, Mom, you're not supporting my identity as a male, because it's very masculine type behavior. A wants to show his power over someone who dominates him and does not enhance his masculine identity. And I think mom, what he sees is when his identity is pulled away from him by mom, that he interprets it, and I'm sure mom has some negative issues towards his dad, that it takes away from his masculine identity. So mom does not respond to the emotional expressions in his play as he's hitting the bot bag and everything. Instead, she says, are you a wrestler? So mom goes straight to content rather than even hearing or sensing the emotional anger that he has. See, mom really is saying, I can't deal with feelings. And when you show feelings, I've got to switch it to content because I can't handle it. So A shows his empowerment that he wants his mother to see, and she says, I'm leaving to take a call. So you see the avoidanceness of her? And look at the disappointment in A's face. It just drops. As mother is on the phone, A, under his breath, says, it's worse. Meaning that mother needs to have phone time rather than be with him. So it just hits the process, hits him right in the heart, basically. So we'll watch this segment now.
Is this for girls?
No. It's for kids, really.
Oh, okay.
What is it? Like a ghost thing or something?
Well, look around, see if you can find something that it might
Oh,
go with.
it is a ghost. Oh my gosh, it could be a ghost.
Yeah, you figured it out. Oh. Ooh. scary looking. Ooh. Ghost running around the playroom on the loose.
Wow. That is a pretty cool costume.
How do I put it on, Mom?
I don't know. Can you figure it out?
No.
Let's just let the ghost be a ghost. See what the ghost is going to create. Come up with.
Oh, I know.
You got it.
It's really tight on me for like little kids. What's wrong with it? Oh.
We'll see if you can figure it out. I bet you can figure it out.
I'm sure you can.
I know how to do it.
What did you do?
I know exactly.
Hmm?
Let's take this out.
Can't see so good?
Yeah, that.
I wonder if ghosts can see good.
Da-da-da, you figured it out, eh? Yeah, good. That's great.
It fits you pretty good, huh?
Mhm.
Whoa.
Scary. Oh, I was scared for a second there.
Oh, and
You're
you
not
want
very
to see the
scary?
screen, Mom? Go. Don't look.
Close your eyes. Oh.
Open.
Oh. Oh. Gosh. That is so
I'm gonna
frightening.
have to get this for Halloween.
Wow.
Scary guy.
That is scary. What is that?
Ugh.
Ugh. Wow. I would not
He's
not
frightening.
like to wear that costume. That's too scary for me. I like my sweet little boy. There he is.
Really scary.
There. That's better.
Alright, Mom, let's get something.
Alright, what's next?
I'm taking off my shirt.
You're funny. You like it, but you don't have to pick up, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I wanted, I could just take all this
I
stuff
could just do
and
whatever.
stretch the place.
Yeah.
Not exactly my sleep shorts, but
You know what that is?
what?
Koosh ball.
What is it? What's it do?
It's called a koosh ball. I don't know, you just toss it around or whatever you want to do with it, really.
Do you like this? It makes a cool sound.
Mm-hmm.
Whoosh. Ah, whoosh. Headshot.
Boy, you really got him in the face. Ah. Ah. You're showing him what it feels like sometimes. Huh? Yeah.
may step out for a second.
Who is it, Mom?
It's Lucas. He doesn't know where he's going. I need to meet him and show him where this place is.
Okay.
Hey, I'll be out there in just a second. Are you coming or?
Does he need help? Or
Yeah.
So you can see how disappointed he is when Mom takes that phone call. And he says under his breath, and I'm not sure if you heard it, but it's worse, meaning that when Mom takes those phone calls, he doesn't exist. Now, this is Mom's boyfriend trying to find her way to our office. And so she talks on the phone. In the next segment, when Mom comes back, he shows Mother different weird fighting animals, okay? And they are a character called Alligator Man, Rhino Man, and Lion Man. And they're like gladiators. And he calls them creepo figures, which follows immediately after Mother's phone call with her boyfriend, which really is saying that he doesn't care much for her boyfriend. Now, doesn't mean the guy's a bad guy. What he's saying is because he gets her Mother's attention when he feels like it belongs to him. So whenever Mother focuses on the boyfriend, he loses, and that's what he's really saying. So he goes over and he finds marbles and wants Mother to join with the marbles in the sand. And I have the therapist remind Mom that she is in the playroom and that she will play with you in the sand. When Mother hears that, she moves towards the sand. In other words, Mom will take the cues, but she can't maintain them. That's the problem. And that's his fear and the wish, too. So Mother is able to label the marbles as beautiful marbles, giving them significant positive value. So that was really good. Mom was able to maintain that. Mother starts to create a task, though, with the marbles and loses her focus on her son and starts directing the play process. Just falls back into her old ways. So I have the therapist say, the marbles have a lot of beauty and sparkle like your son. He's a treasure. The purpose is to shift away from the task and towards her son. A changes the marble game to one large marble being an incoming meteor. This is quite a metaphor because this represents the intrusion in the marble game that has affected him that Mother always does. And so Mom should be continuing to see the value in the marbles that represent her son. But isn't it interesting? The son can create the meteor coming in, which is the intrusion, and Mother can't hear the metaphor of the meteor. Mother says, or A says, this is my favorite one, marble. Now, what we should have had is to have Mother take that marble and embellish it as sacred, and I'm here to protect it, and I won't let the meteor hurt it and stuff. So we kind of missed one right there. I always say there's never a perfect experiential play therapy session. There's just so many subtle levels and variables of things that you can't catch them all. But if you just catch the main theme, it's way better than any other form of therapy. So A changes the play and asks Mother to decide on the play with him and the marbles. And Mother says then, well, let's bury the marbles. And A says, well, let's mix them up before we bury them. Let's make them all. And so he has to take the experience. It's really nice to be playing with Mom, says the therapist. We want to capture the moment as Mother is gently covering the marbles that represent him. So notice there's a mutual experience of Mom and A together. I have the therapist say at this moment, they are such beautiful treasures. We're trying to get a metaphor for A and the relationship he is experiencing in that moment. So mother gets it at this point. She says, shall we find the treasure together? Notice how mom can make a great response. She's made about 2 or 3 of them, but then pulls away and goes in different directions. So I have the therapist say, I like finding the value in A. We want mother to be very focused in this process. So A tries to get mother to move towards valuable treasure and to find it with him. We have A, we want A to have a visual experience of seeing all that value in the sandbox that represents him. So I have the therapist say, each marble shows how valuable you are and the parts of you that are so valuable. Mother picks up right away on it, that the marbles represent special value in him. So mother is now starting to get it better than at any point so far. We're finding valuable treasure deep inside him. We are also talking to mother's unconscious about her own son and seeing the depth of value in him. A says, after we're done, we're going to count them. A wants to keep this process going as long as he can since the value is coming towards him. A says, I hit the jackpot. Now what a metaphor. He's saying that my mother at this moment is right there for me and sees my value. I hit the jackpot. It's amazing. Another metaphor. Therapist asks A, it feels good to find the valuable parts of ourselves. This was meant for mother to hear in relation to her son. They count the marbles. This process is for A to validate his value. A wants to count the marbles again. We just have mother give him feedback verbally, which is as important as the marbles themselves. So why don't we stop right there and watch that segment.
Guess what they have
You
here,
just
Mom?
can't wait to grow up and be full size.
Animal warriors.
Wow. Those things are really cool.
And guess what else? Guess what other animal warrior they have?
They're very powerful.
Oh, and here's one of the creepos.
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 He is kind of creepy looking.
Oh, and here's another one of the creepos.
Ew. A 3-headed dog?
Mm-hmm.
Wowzers. I'm sure glad Duke only has one head.
This is the one.
Creepy. Isn't that the one you have?
No, I have the lizard.
Oh yeah.
This is the one I didn't have. Guess it's in here.
Marbles?
How did you know?
Sounds like marbles.
Wanna play some?
I want to watch you play with them.
No, you play with me. Okay, Mom? You play. Can I play
So
them in
in-
the sand?
You may. And you know what? If you invite your mom to play, she can play. She's in this playroom now.
Those are
Time to
wow.
play.
Cool.
Play, Mom.
Yeah.
Yep.
Lucky you for playing with those beautiful marbles.
Wanna bury him or what?
Whatever you want to do.
Let's play.
I know what I want to do with
What?
them.
Wanna play the game?
I'm not sure if I know how to play the game.
So you need the circle. So you need
Those
the
marbles have
circle.
a lot of beauty and sparkle.
Yeah, they're really
Like
cool.
your son. Yeah.
Oh,
treasure.
She said about you.
Hmm?
You need sparkle about me. So you got one of these. You put it like right there, and then you get your thumb. And like the wall. And then you
kind of flick it in there. Oh, that's kind of fun, huh?
But watch the bigger ones. Watch what the bigger ones do. When you hit it.
That's huge.
Ooh, that's a powerful one.
This is what it's like if it's like a meteor. So it's like going.
Yay.
Crashes down on the earth, the meteor.
Smack. Smack.
I like the sound they make.
This is my favorite one.
That one's pretty. It's got like a little rainbow in it, kind of.
Oh, smack. Oh, you could just throw them. Ooh, got it.
You never know when you're gonna get smashed with one of those things.
Gosh, I hope I never get smashed with one of those things. Is this a marble?
Yeah. Is this a
Our
marble?
circle's gone now.
Filling up the circle with all those marbles. Oh.
Alright, let's do something else with the marbles.
What?
I'll let you decide, Mom, because it's your first day in the playroom.
Okay. Let's bury them all.
And then we'll try
And
to
then
find them.
we'll find them, yeah.
But we gotta just not put them in the same place. Wait, first let's not bury them. Let's just mix them all around and then bam, 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 bam. So I think that's good.
Yeah.
That's, now let's bury them all.
Like a kitty box.
And just gotta dig your hands in and do whatever you can to find the marbles. Right, Mom?
Are they buried enough, or should we bury them completely?
Bury them completely.
Well, you're creating more, burying more than me. Like that.
Seem to really be having fun just playing with Mom. But this time.
You like hanging out with Mom?
Yeah. Oops. Already text message, Mom.
That's alright. I'll just wait for a little while.
And Mom's joining you with a special one.
Oh, I can't believe we've almost buried all of them.
Teamwork.
What kind of work?
Teamwork.
What's gonna work?
Teamwork.
Those marbles almost look like very valuable, special jewels.
Treasure.
Treasures.
Alright, shall we
Valuable
try and find some treasure? Think we can bury the big huge ones?
Actually, I know for sure.
I like finding the value inside of Adrian.
That one doesn't want to get buried. Alright,
Ready?
shall we?
Just do it.
Ooh, look at that one.
Look how beautiful those are.
Where are they?
Yeah. We'll put all those valuable treasures toward you.
Yeah,
Because
we
you
can
have so
a
many
little
Adrian.
pile. Do you want some of mine?
Thanks.
We'll just push them toward you, Adrian.
Yeah.
Your mom wants to show you how many valuable things there are about you. Special boy you are.
Yeah, these represent each thing about you that's awesome.
That you can
Look
share
how
all
many
that
there
with
are.
you.
See that?
Oh, I found it.
Some of them are buried way deep in there, huh?
Now all these valuable treasures. We have about 5 minutes left.
Wow, time flies when
There's
you're
still
having fun,
time to
huh?
find more valuable treasures.
Where's that?
So many valuable things to find in there.
When we're done, we're going to count them.
Okay.
Big one landmark. Oh, are those yours?
You can have them.
And so many valuable things.
Oh my gosh. We're in the jackpot.
I think I got all of them on this side already. Oh, there's always more, huh? Surprise right there.
Feels good to find those valuable things, doesn't it, Adrian?
Yep.
It's good when we figure out and find valuable things about ourselves.
Yeah.
We have so many. I love those.
Feels pretty good in our fingers too, huh? It's all cool.
Oh, yeah. That's sad.
Did you get all of them?
I think so. Did you get all of them on your side?
Yep.
That's
Alright,
good to
let's
feel
count all of them
valuable.
now.
You can feel the sand.
I think I have exactly 70.
Whoa. I have 43.
Wanna count mine? So double check,
You can
Mom.
just see how valuable he is.
Yeah.
Can you count mine? Just
No, I believe how many you have. I'm
You
sure
just-
because you're a good counter.
let me just do it. To make sure.
I think what your mom's trying to say is you're so valuable to me.
Yeah, each of these things represents something valuable about you. And I really enjoy playing with these because it helps me realize a lot about you that is valuable to me and how special you are.
One, let's see, is at home. Toys.
I could play with you.
There's so many
Like
things
this.
that are very valuable about you that we can't even count them. Your mom, could you count how many things are valuable about Adrian?
Infinity valuable things.
You're kidding. Infinity.
Infinity times infinity.
That's twofinity.
Hmm.
Oh, that's not twofinity. That's like infinity-finity.
Mm-hmm.
Adrian, doesn't it feel good to have your mom recognize all the valuable things about you?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, sure does. It's a good feeling.
Come on, turn on.
So now the therapist says you feel nurtured when you and mom play together, or when you play together. It should have been something more like, when you and mom are playing, I could see how much your mother loves you. You are so valuable to her. In other words, we need to make it more direct, okay? A finds the money and wants to continue the same thing that he was doing with the marbles with the money. And he counts the money until it's time to leave. And then I think the therapist says you can count all the money, but it's not as valuable as you really are. Meaning it's more valuable than the money. And then he turns to his mother and hugs his mother and says, "Thank you for telling me how you value me." And he gives her a hug. And we'll end on that note. But you can see now that the relationship has experienced the meaning of the relationship. And he's gotten that from his mother. So in essence, at that moment, his wish came true. So let's watch that segment.
10.
Did I show Mom the talking register?
You know what I noticed? When your mom plays with you and seeing you two play together, you really feel nurtured. You know what that big word means? Nurtured, when you feel cared for, cared about. Like when you take care of something. Yeah. It's a really good feeling inside.
I just discovered a new place for money.
Alright. Why don't you show your mom one more thing, and then we'll be finished in
The
here
money.
for today.
Oh my gosh. Want to count all this, Mom?
I don't know if we have time, but that's a lot.
See,
When your mom,
50.
Wowzers.
oh, look at that.
100.
When your mom cares about you, this makes you feel so valuable, and then you open a suitcase filled with
I
money.
know. This money isn't even worth as much as you are.
You feel worth a lot.
30,
Wow.
140, 145.
June, I can see you really enjoyed having your mom in the room today, having this special time, private time. Mm-hmm.
180, 190, 200, 220,
Ah, we don't even have to count the money to know how valuable you are.
235, 240,
40.
250, 260, 270, 280, 290, 300.
Does it ever stop?
305, 300, 305, 310,
This is
300,
infinity money,
300,
like your mom said.
5,
It never ends.
346, 347, or wait, 340, wait, okay, so 340, 190, 500, 510, 530, 540, 35, 300, what's what, 540, 545,
45, 50.
50,
You keep
350, 60, 300, for 560.
counting that money, but you're more valuable than all the money in the world.
Yeah, that money ain't nothing compared to you. Huh.
Yes. Yeah.
This is actual treasure, Mom.
If you could have a price tag on it, the price tag wouldn't even be big enough. You know what I mean?
For me?
Yeah. Because you'd be worth like more than all the money in the world.
Really?
Yeah. At least to me you are, honey.
Thank you, Mom.
You're welcome.
So this is 300 or 585. Keep on adding on to that, Mom.
86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 591.
Million, trillion, billion,
Gazillion,
gajillion, zillion,
jab,
cajillion,
jab,
gajillion.
How
$795.
700.
Bazillion, gajillion.
$2 more.
You're really good at counting money, buddy.
Yeah. Now it's time to end for today. But I think you see just how valuable you are.
$600.
Yay!
And treasure.
You are so valuable. Oh,
Yeah, and even though you have to put all that money away, we can't take it. The best prize is you.
I don't have to put this away.
Well, you don't have to, but
No.
even if we
You
have
can
to
leave it
leave
like
it,
and you know what? Even though you're leaving all this here, and someone else gets to pick it up, you are taking all this value inside you.
and I get to share it with you.
Lucky you.
So I get that much money when I'm older.
Yeah.
You are that much money.
I'm
Here.
only $600.
No, you're worth way more than that.
Gazillion, 600 gazillion. We don't need to recount that. We know. Mom's gonna take her valuable boy.
Zillion, billion, trillion.
So what did we learn here
Trillion.
together today?
Nothing. It's not. We didn't learn
I learned something. You know,
how
I
to play
learned.
better in war.
Oh, I learned that the time I spend with you is very important and
Me
fun.
too. Me too.
And I really, really, really value the time that we do have. You know what I mean?
So you can see that Mom finally made it, and she was able to do person to person, I love you communication. You're valuable to me, and knows how he responded in a loving, caring response back to his mother, and of course came close to her and wanted to hug her. And notice that we took all of that process and all those diversions that Mom tried to do and all of her content kind of thing, and brought it eventually over time to a focus where she could be present with her son, confirming his value and validating him. And then he turned around and really said to her how much he appreciated it. And then she could say how much she appreciated him. So it was a nice ending to this session. Now I know it got a little tedious of maybe counting all that money and counting all those marbles, but let me say the process becomes the product. In other words, validating and counting all those marbles and counting all that money was self-validating to him and reinforced or embedded the process of his value. And so we want to do that, even though he's more than the money. But the process of counting it, every time he counts it, it's validating of him. And so that's why we do that. Well, that's the end of our session and our webinar for today. But I think you can see that how important family and family involvement is in the play therapy process and in children's growth in play therapy. So I want to thank you for being with us at this session. And now it's time to complete your quiz and to complete your evaluation, and hope to see you at a future webinar. Thank you very much.